Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, LFG. Russia becomes second largest Bitcoin mining hub after U.S. claims local miner. U.S. Treasury seeks to tighten non-bank rules following banking crisis. Celsius auction has Gemini and Coinbase as new bidders. Zimbabwe Central Bank to issue gold-backed digital currency. And last but not least, guys, on a TradingView headline, we're going to talk about Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, kind of a big influence for me years and years ago to get out of the traditional 9-to-5 world, talking about Bitcoin, talking about gold, etc., etc. To the market. Yeah, we had a terrible weekend. I would say terrible. We were going down, and now we're ranging. We'll look at it, but right now it is a red day. Crypto market cap 1.157 trillion. Bitcoin dominance down to 45.8%. ETH dominance 19.2, and a whopping 38 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. Bitcoin down 0.5% on the day, 7% on the week. Ethereum 1% on the day, 10.5, a little over 10.5 on the week. Let's see what else we got going on. Hey, look, USDC is pumping. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Yeah, it's red. Woo! Avalanche down almost 17% on the week. SHIB down 11%. Litecoin down 11. DOT down 11. Link down. Yeah, everything's pretty much down almost 11 to 12%. Some of the big names. So there's anything huge. Oof. Aptos almost 18%. That is a huge pullback. Lido down 15 on the week, but starting to move 1.82% up on the day. That might be a good buy. Something to think about. Arbitrum was down at 132. God, I keep thinking I need to get into this thing, and every time I do it, it pulls back. So I don't know. Algorand down 17% on the week. I mean, the question is, Stacks up 4%, down 12 for the week. There's a lot of good entries. The question is, are we going to go lower, right? Let's just go look at Bitcoin. Let me see this on daily real quick. Give me a second, guys. And girls. People. Oh, that is nasty. Oh, that looks nasty on the daily. Woof. So 1, 2, 3, and one green day. 4 and 5. So, let me go back to the 4-hour, let you know what we're doing. Not 4-day, you nummy head. All right, 4-hour, here's what we're doing. We had some rough couple of days. We have retraced all the way back down to my original buy order from about a month ago or so. 17,310, which has become our support. I am hoping we hold this. If not, I mean, the reality is I'm putting in buy orders down here. And for the disclaimers, guys, per usual, this is not a trading channel. I'm not a good trader. Don't pay attention to me. I'm just a random dude in a house, in a room, in a house, talking to himself, doing YouTube videos. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Crypto is heavily volatile and you could lose everything. Blah, 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 blah. But there's a lot of uncertainty right now. I'm hearing and seeing things from both sides. I'm seeing people saying that this is good. We're finding support. We're good to go. As well as I'm seeing people say there's potential to come back down. There's going to be more downside. I am just waiting. Again, right now, if you're new to the channel, know that I am not actively trading. I'm just building positions. With where we're at in the cycle, personally, that's what I'm doing. I'm just building bags basically. So I'm not in and out of any trades. But I'm I was saying earlier, I'm hoping that this 23.7 or 27.3 holds. If not, I'm just filling more bags. But these are levels to watch, guys. Nothing really has changed. And let me show you something though too. If you've been here since I started this channel and know how I trade, which I always say I trade very simply: support, resistance levels, RSIs, and potential patterns from time to time. Let's go to the 1 hour and show you this price action. And I want you guys to see something why levels are super important to me. So we got our dump, and we stopped right at 29.3, which was a level that I put in here. And we dumped again, and then we consolidated at 28.9, which these are all old levels I've had in here for quite some time. And then we hit my last buy order that I recently put in was a 28.6. We hit it, got filled, hit it again. It was acting at support for quite some time, which was looking really strong. But then we broke through it again. And then our last support was this 27.9, which is basically, we'll just call it 28. We hit it, that acted at support some time, then we broke that. And then we came all the way back down to another level that I have marked, 27.310. We bounced off of that, then broke out of it, and then turned my other level that I have marked here at 27.594. We'll call it 27.6. And we ranged on that level. And now we're ranging between 27.310 and 28. This is our range, and it's becoming a good support level if it continues to hold on the 1 hour time frame. But if you look, guys, the majority of the time there's price action. If you're swing trading and you're looking at the levels that I have written up on here, keep an eye on them, because this is what you could potentially be using to do swing trades. And I hate to be that guy that says, you know, not I told you so, but that this trading can be simple. It can, you know. I play these levels all the time when I'm actively trading, and I would say 7 out of 10 times it works for me. So it's just something to think about, guys. Even if you're doing your own charts, don't pay attention to levels that I have marked. Go back through price history and look for support and resistance levels and mark them and pay attention to them, especially when you see lots of accumulation on certain levels, right? Now, I know my charts look completely crazy. I got lines everywhere, but these are all based off of different stuff. These are all based off of either 4 hours or dailies or 1 hours, and I'm looking at them all differently, but I just kind of don't erase them, and it looks all willy-nilly. So with that being said, that's enough information on charts, guys. Right now, I am hoping that this 27.310 holds and we continue to range and then eventually go back up. If it does not, the levels I am looking at, 26.7, 26.97, we'll call it 27 even. Maybe. But I'm definitely looking at 26.5. I'm definitely looking at 25.8 as a potential buy order. 25 is huge. 25 to 25.2 is what everybody's talking about as if we lose this level, we're probably going back down to 20. So 25 and 25.2, keep your eyes on that. If we do dump, that is what everybody is saying will be the basically tipping of the bucket. But if we look like we're creeping towards basically 26, I'm going to put a buy order in at that 25.816. That is what I'm doing. That is not financial advice. Don't just follow me blindly, because I suck at trading. With that being said, let's move on to the news, guys, and we'll get you out of here. Russia becomes the second largest Bitcoin mining hub after U.S. claims local miner. Russia becomes the second largest country in cryptocurrency mining, while the United States retains the top spot. However, unclear regulations in the U.S. could shift the market. Absolutely. Russia has now reportedly become the second largest country in the world in terms of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mining, within the United States maintaining its position as the leader. Nevertheless, the lack of clear regulations regarding cryptocurrency in the United States may lead to a potential market distribution shift, which is interesting. Like, okay, I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing about this stuff, but it is relevant. The United States continues to fumble this situation, this crypto situation, to where we're going to get left in the dust, and it's very unfortunate. So, moving on. According to who? Commersant? According to Commersant, BitRiver, a company that provides colocation? Colocation. What is colocation? Services for cryptocurrency mining operations, said that in the first quarter of the year, the Russia Federation achieved a new milestone by taking the second position globally in terms of mining power, with 1 gigawatt of power involved. The mining capacity of 3 to 4 gigawatts in the United States keeps it at the forefront, followed by other countries in the top 10 list, such as Gulf countries with 700 megawatts, Canada with 400 megawatts, Malaysia with 300 megawatts, Argentina with 135 megawatts, Iceland with 120 megawatts, Paraguay 100 to 125, Kazakhstan 100, and Ireland with 90. Ireland, what are you doing, guys? Time to step up your Bitcoin mining game. At the end of 2021, Russia was previously ranked third in cryptocurrency mining, surpassing both the United States and Kazakhstan in terms of Bitcoin mining capacity, according to data from Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance report. In January 2022, the country ranked fifth. Bitcoin mining is the process, but we know what mining is. Experts at BitRiver attribute the positive trend in mining capacity to the restrictions imposed on mining activity in Kazakhstan and earlier in China due to electricity shortages. On February 6, 2023, President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev signed a law on digital asset that regulates cryptocurrency mining in Kazakhstan. The main part of the law will enter into force on April 4th, 2023. According to the report, the new legislation will provide a sense of security for mining industry players to plan their operational and financial activities, execute major projects, draw investments, and advance related sectors of the Russian economy, specifically the electric power and information technology industries. Russia and China making moves, guys. U.S. slacking. Sweet. Moving on. U.S. Treasury seeks to tighten non-bank rules following banking crisis. What are non-bank rules? And why is the U.S. Treasury seeking to tighten them after the following banking crisis? We had a banking crisis, so let's go find non-banks and give them more rules. What? Anyway, Janet Yellen called for further regulation of non-bank institutions. Why am I not surprised? Claiming they pose a systemic risk to financial stability. No. You guys pose a risk to U.S. financial stability because you continue to do dumb shit. The United States Treasury and a number of top U.S. financial regulators suggested new rules to make it easier for the Federal Reserve to designate non-bank institutions as systemically important, making it easier to supervise and regulate them. Oh, the Fed with their regulation. In remarks from the Financial Stability Oversight Council, the FSOC, they love their acronyms, council meeting on April 21st, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen raised concerns over non-bank financial institutions due to their current lack of supervision and the potential for wider financial contagion to take hold when these firms suffer through periods of distress. The reason these banks collapsed had nothing to do with crypto. It had everything to do with your guys' shit. Non-bank is an umbrella term for any entity that does not hold a bank license but still provides specific financial services. Unlike traditional banking institutions, these entities are not insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. The FDIC is bullshit too, by the way, because every single person on the planet decided to try and get their money out of the banks. The whole system would collapse. We all know this. So just because your bank says it's FDIC insured, if the entire banking system collapsed, you ain't getting no money. Or if a third of them collapsed, they aren't going to give you your money. Non-banks include venture capital firms, crypto companies, and hedge funds. The existing guidance issued in 2019 created inappropriate hurdles as part of the designation process, Yellen said. Yellen said the new guidance measure removes these hurdles and designates non-bank status to major financial firms, a process that currently takes up to 6 years. According to the officials at the meeting, the new shorter oversight and designation process will still allow for plenty of time for regulators and institutions to communicate and discuss specifics. Additionally, the new guidance will replace the 2019 era rules with an analysis process where the council determines if material financial distress at the company or the company's activities could pose a threat to the United States financial stability. In the wake of last month's collapse of crypto and tech-friendly banks, Silvergate Bank, Signature Bank, and Silicon Valley Bank in the worst banking crisis since 2008, Yellen reassured both investors and everyday citizens that the U.S. banking sector remains robust and secure. That's absolute bullshit. Nodding directly to the new guidance, she warned the recent banking crisis is a cut and dry example of why greater oversight and emergency provision should be granted to the FSOC and the Fed. That paragraph is what scares me about all of these freaking turds in Congress. Anytime something happens that they are a part of, all they scream is more regulation, more oversight, more power to us. Right. Last month's events show... I don't know why I paused. Last month's events show us that our work is not yet done. The authority for emergency interventions is critical, but equally as important is a supervisory and regulatory regime. Oh my God. That can help prevent financial disruption from starting and spreading in the first place. Yellen said, okay, how about this? How about you guys stop printing dog shit and devaluing our own currency, and then stop blaming it on crypto-friendly banks or crypto in general. That's the problem. This is all bullshit. These guys know exactly what they're doing. It's a damn charade. I'm sorry I'm so opinionated about this, but when you've been watching this garbage for so long and you listen to the bullshit that comes out of these people's mouths, you just get over it. You stick around long enough and you'll completely understand what I mean by this. Moving on, Celsius auction has Gemini and Coinbase as new bidders. Two new consortiums will dispute the assets of bankrupt crypto lender Celsius Network in an auction scheduled for April 25th in New York. The new consortiums will dispute the assets of bankrupt crypto lender Celsius Network in an auction scheduled for April 25th in New York. According to reports and court filings, crypto exchanges Gemini and Coinbase are among the companies participating in the bids. This will be happening tomorrow. Court documents show that one of the consortiums is Fahrenheit, backed by venture capital firm Arrington Capital, which is owned by blockchain investors Michael Arrington. Other participants in the consortium are Proof of Group Capital Management, former Algorand CEO Steve Kokinos, and investment banker Ravi Kaza. Arrington mentioned that Coinbase was one of the companies backing the Fahrenheit consortium in a since-deleted tweet on April 22nd, according to a report from Fortune. Coinbase declined to issue a comment to the publication. There's your tweets. The second group bidding for Celsius assets in the Blockchain Recovery Investment Committee, backed by crypto exchange Gemini fund manager Van Eck, Bitcoin mining firm Global X Digital, and Plutus Lending. Both consortiums are disputing the assets with Nova Wolf Digital Management, the staking horse bidder, a term used to describe the first bidder of a bankrupt company that sets the bar for the other bidders. Nova Wolf's proposal includes a direct cash contributum in the range of $45 million to $55 million, as well as the creation of a new public platform wholly owned by Celsius creditors. Customers are expected to recover up to 70% of their funds under Nova Wolf's proposal. That's good. Based on Arrington's tweet, the Fahrenheit Consortium also proposes the creation of a new company with the sole goal of growing those assets to make stakeholders whole. The company would be run by a group of proven crypto operators and holds substantial Bitcoin mining assets, retail and institutional loans, a variety of crypto core assets, and a venture capital portfolio, said Arrington. The auction is a major step for Celsius customers to recover their funds. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in July of 2022. It's almost been a year. Wow, where does the time go? After halting withdrawals, citing extreme market conditions amid rumors of its insolvency. Moving on. Zimbabwe Central Bank to issue gold-backed digital currency. The Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe plans to introduce a gold-backed digital currency as legal tender in a bid to stabilize its local economy. The Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is set to introduce a gold-backed digital currency to serve as legal tender in the country. The move is a government initiative to stabilize local currency and from continued depreciation against the U.S. dollar. Yeah, that's our fault. According to the report from local media outlet, the Sunday Mail, the move will allow small amounts of Zimbabwean dollars to be exchanged for a digital gold token, enabling more Zimbabweans to hedge against currency volatility. Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe Governor John Mangundi said the plan intends to leave no one and no place behind. Zimbabwe's currency trades 1,001 ZWL against $1, but is typically exchanged for 1,750 ZWL on the streets of Harare, the country's capital, according to Bloomberg. The country's annual consumer price inflation reached a one-year low in March at 87.6%. Jesus Christ. Down from 92% in February. According to Magundia, the exchange rate in the parallel market is expected to stabilize after tobacco farmers received their U.S. dollar payments in the coming weeks. He said the current exchange rate volatility has been caused by expectations of increased foreign currency supply on the market due to the tobacco season. The monetary dysfunction in Zimbabwe and lack of changes have led to businesses printing their own money, often on handwritten scraps of paper. Jesus Christ, this is terrifying. Handwritten scraps of paper so that users can pay for future purchases, according to Wall Street Journal report from March. Zimbabwe has been fighting against currency volatility and inflation for over a decade. In 2009, the country adopted U.S. dollar as its currency after an episode of hyperinflation in 2019. So 10 years later, the Zimbabwean dollar was reintroduced in an effort to revive the country's struggling economy. Last year, the government decided to use the U.S. dollar again in a bid to curb surging prices in the country. Crypto adoption has grown in many African countries as a result of economic challenges. According to Chainalysis, the Middle East and North Africa is the fastest growing region for crypto adoption, thanks to cross-border remittances, with over $566 billion in crypto transactions between July 2021 and June 2022, up 48% from the previous year. Sorry, that was really a hard article to read, guys. I'm just kind of got a case of Mondays, I guess. Well, we'll see how that goes for them. I wish them the best, man. Dollar looks like dog shit, and printing pieces of paper as currency doesn't sound like a good idea as well. Last but not least, guys, we're going to go ahead and move over to this TradingView article that references Robert Kiyosaki, who, I mean, the guy's been around for a long time. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of him now, but he was a big influence to me when it came to learning how to get out of, he refers to it as the rat race, but the traditional 9 to 5, right? So for me, it was very influential. Excuse my yawn. Rich Dad Poor Dad author still bets on Bitcoin, says gold may crash. Prominent investor, entrepreneur, and writer, famous for authoring classic books of financial literacy, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, has taken to Twitter to share that he continues to bet on Bitcoin, although he also believes in gold and silver. However, he has cited a prediction of a respectable fund manager who says that gold is about to crash. Bitcoin is real money, gold to crash to 1,000. Robert Kiyosaki says that fund manager Steve Van Meter, for whom he has great respect, expects the gold price to crash to $1,000. Per Kiyosaki, Meter believes markets are tired of waiting for gold to go higher. Should that price drop indeed happen, Kiyosaki says he will buy more gold since he is an investor and does not trade the asset he buys. Kiyosaki, who has been a vocal fan of Bitcoin over the past 3 years since the pandemic began, stated that For him, Bitcoin, as well as gold and silver, is real money and cash is trash. I completely concur. In multiple earlier tweets, Kiyosaki said that he expects the US dollar to collapse soon, as the Federal Reserve has been printing dollar backed by nothing and injecting them into the economy. Unlike other Bitcoin believers, he values both Bitcoin and gold, adding silver to that list too. Gold is currently trading at, so he's looking for a 50% pullback basically. Gold is currently trading at $1,981. It reached an all-time high of 2020 on April 5th. So here's his tweet. Gold to crash. Stephen Meter, whom I respect, predicts gold to crash to 1,000. He states markets are tired of waiting for gold to go higher. If gold drops to 1,000, I will buy more. So will I. I'm an investor, not a trader. To me, gold, silver, and Bitcoin are real money. To me, cash is trash. Bitcoin to 100,000 per Kiyosaki. Why am I having trouble just getting words out of my mouth today? In a recent tweet, Kiyosaki assumed that Bitcoin might reach the $100,000 level soon. The reason for that remains the same as above. Kiyosaki does not trust the U.S. Federal Reserve, neither do I, after the recent banking crisis that occurred in the U.S. in March, when around 10 large banks, including Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, shut down. A bailout by the U.S. government followed. That's what they do. Bitcoin did not need to be bailed out by the Fed, Kiyosaki tweeted when it fell below 20K. Because Bitcoin is people's money. Therefore, he expects the flagship cryptocurrency to soar to the $100,000 mark. Prior to that, citing the same reasons, Kiyosaki said that by 2025, Bitcoin would reach $500,000. LFG. At the time of this writing, Bitcoin is changing hands at $27,519. Well, I like where his head's at. I trust the guy. Bitcoin hits 500,000 in 2025. Holy shnikes, y'all. We doing well. The whole market is going to freaking explode. With that being said, let's look at Bitcoin one last time before I get you guys out of here. Go away. All right, trading at 27,539. Hopefully we hold this range. That's what I'm looking for, guys. Outside of that, per usual, this has been a long video. A lot of information today. Nice long Monday video to get you guys started on your week. Per usual, if you enjoy the content I provide here every morning for you on Boring Crypto IO, please by all means subscribe to the channel. It helps. Turn the bell for what on Monday? Turn the bell for notifications so you know when I do post a video. Please, if you do like the content, watch, like, and share all these videos. That's what helps the channel grow. And I'll see you guys bright and early. I suck today, guys. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Just to flub more words and sound like a complete idiot. I'm out of here.